So welcome everyone. We're joined with the lovely Stacey from Beauty Sculpting Room. How you doing, Stacey?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good, good. So I'm sure everyone's dying to hear about your success with our programs. And, I think it's nice to start from your background. Before you started with us, what made you get started in the aesthetic industry?
So I wanted to help women, and sort of starting a body sculpting clinic was the way that I could help women with confidence after they've had babies, with menopause, all those things that women struggle with. I was able to come up with an answer and help them.
Perfect. And I know when we first started, you had only opened, was it 2 years with the
Yeah.
sculpting clinic?
Yes.
And what made you decide to, because your previous role, could you explain what your previous
Okay. So I worked in education for 12 years. On a salary like everybody else. I
yes.
needed a bit more financial freedom and a bit more control of my own time. So I started a sculpting clinic, and that gave me freedom, the ability to help people still, and just take more control of my life in general.
Nice. And I know it was a leap of faith, and within the 2 years, I mean, it was impressive when we first initially spoke. You said you was doing pretty well already. Could you just explain, like, before working with us,
Yeah.
the type of results you was getting and so
Mm.
forth?
Okay, so originally we were just running our ads on Google. So we were getting some numbers in through the door. Facebook had slowed down, Instagram had slowed down this time last year because there
Hmm.
was a whole energy crisis going on. So
Yes.
people were panicking and not spending money, and we had loads of white gaps in the diary. It literally was empty. I was thinking, do I need to lay off staff? What am I
Hmm.
going to do? How am I going to make ends meet? So a massive panic came over me. And then obviously you guys messaged and got in touch
Hmm.
about what you could offer to help us. So we got on board pretty quickly, I think, wasn't it? No,
Yeah.
I was with a previous company
Yes. Yes.
and got zero results. That was it. So I was with a previous company for, I think it was 8 weeks, but we didn't have one like on the advertised post, nothing. And I
Hmm.
was starting to give up hope, thinking, Facebook doesn't work anymore.
Hmm.
And then obviously I found you guys. And pretty much within 5 days, those leads were turning over, weren't they?
Yes.
I literally couldn't keep up. It was bing, 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 bing. And the results literally doubled our revenue monthly straight out.
Nice.
As time went on, we sort of started to advertise a few more things. We were having success with the fat freezing, the cryolipolysis, and the Tesla.
Hmm.
No, it was cavitation first, wasn't it?
Yes, we started with cavitation.
Yeah. So we done so well with those that we then bought more machines and offered more treatments, which we then also now advertise with Infinity.
Hmm.
And yes, it's literally been success after success. There's no turning back. I literally going forward. Tyrell and his team are part of the business. That's what we do to get our Facebook clients in. This is what we do to get our Instagram clients in. We constantly get new customers through the doors, which helps upsell other treatments, other services. And generally, I think it was this May and June, we had like triple our turnover, what we have ever made, more than I ever thought was possible. So
Brilliant.
yeah, we're in big figures now. So, and we're opening up a second clinic on the 1st of October.
Exciting. So I know literally when we first initially started to speak, and I know you was a bit skeptical. I know your partner gave us a bit of a grilling and interrogation.
Yeah.
Could you explain like the first, because it was the 90-day program that you obviously enrolled in. Can you explain like your experience with that first 90-day and the type of revenue you was able to generate?
Okay. So we joined the 90-day program. And it was pretty quick off the mark for clients starting to book in. The results happened quite fast. Within about 5 days, we were getting bang, bang, bang bookings.
Yes.
Telephone didn't stop ringing. Absolute crazy. We turned over 61,000 in those first 91 days,
Nice,
which
amazing.
really helped us because actually, if everyone thinks back to last September,
Hmm.
and it was when that gas and electric energy crisis went mad. Food prices went up.
Yes.
Everyone stopped spending. Everyone was saving for their winter fuel bills in
Yes.
absolute panic. So we had so much white space in the diary. I literally thought, am I going to have to lay off staff? What am I going to do? How am I going to make
Yes.
ends meet? And so we found infinity in clients and never looked back. We've stayed with you ever since, haven't we? Because actually, we're getting new clients through the door every month. We're upselling treatments. We're getting them booked back in, and we're helping them get more confident. We're getting them
Yes.
to their body goals, which is then they're telling their mum, their sister, their friend. So yeah, it's going really, really well. Really happy.
Amazing. And I know it's been 11 months so far. Time does fly. And I know there's a lot more in the pipeline. Um, Regarding the 11 months that we've worked together, I know we initially spoke about the 90 days, but in terms of what we've been able to bring to the table in terms of new business and new revenue, how's that impacted over the last 11 months?
Yes, it's completely transformed the business on a whole. I think I've messaged you to say we had our best ever month in June,
Yes.
which was more than our 90-day period in just 1 month. So that was amazing for us. We have bought more machines, so we're offering more treatments because we're
Mhm.
earning more money. We're opening a second location in 2 months.
Yes.
So yes, the business is expanding. I know what I need now, my Facebook ads, my media person, and my staff, and then we can make it work. It's going really well.
Brilliant. And just to finalize and summarize, for anyone who would be on the fence about joining something like this, I know obviously at the time, you was already doing pretty well on paper. I mean, you was bringing in about 20,000 a month before you met with us. But like for someone who may not be bringing in so much and are a bit on the fence, what advice would you have for them about joining like a program like this?
Okay. So if you are just starting out, you need to create that awareness. So you need new clients to actually make your business grow.
Hmm.
The only way to get new clients is to have visibility, and Facebook and Instagram is where people spend most of their time. So I would recommend advertising on that over
Hmm.
Google Ads.
Hmm.
I have actually introduced somebody to your program who wasn't
Yes.
they were just doing £1,000 a month, £2,000 a month, and they're now getting their first salon, and they're taking a good set of money now as well themselves. So if you are struggling, if you've got white gaps in your diary, if you don't know where your next client's coming from, or you're worried about paying bills, if you can make that first financial investment on a credit
Hmm.
card or whatever, it will triple, quadruple your money. You literally, it's a no-brainer. If I can do this process, anybody can. I don't come from an experienced marketing background. I don't come from a sales background. I come from education. So for me to be able to make this happen, if anybody does have any experience, they'll excel in it. So yeah, I couldn't recommend it more to help grow the business. Definitely. You're making a mistake if you think you can do it on your own, because actually these hashtags don't actually work. You're not going to find your ideal client. And if you are getting worn out and fed up of trying, you need to try something different. You need to try something different, like advertising. That's the way forward.
Amazing. No, I appreciate you taking the time out. And I think just to also just go over, I know you mentioned about you recommended some of your colleagues that you knew. I believe they're down in Stoke. And just for anyone that isn't aware, when Stacey recommended them to us, they were doing about 1,000 to 2,000. They're currently doing just under 20,000 a month.
Mm.
And we've been with them 8 months, and they're now just moved from working from home, and they're just renovating a clinic space, which they're moving in next month. So it definitely does work. And I'm not just saying it because we're the ones that obviously are, creating these type of programs. But I do believe as well, just because of, and you probably also can attest to this as well, Stacey, based on the fact that we've been able to plug in internally to your business so quickly. I believe in the first 30 days while we was, getting results, it was still a learning phase for us, and we was able to give you good advice and strategically plan with you. And I
Yeah.
believe we also was able to get rid of a few underperforming staff and hire new ones, which also has been the help to the growth of the business.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, being the catalyst, I think, that point, because I don't think he was able to go on a holiday much because you was the sole one running the business at the time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I was sort of left in the lurch a bit. But yeah, I followed your advice about the employment process, and actually I got my dream team. I call them my rock star team. And they literally can do everything I do. I might say better at some things, but yeah, they're perfect. And I wouldn't be where I am without them or without your help. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey, and more to go because we're getting the second clinic soon.
Can't
So
wait. Can't wait. So no, I appreciate your time, Stacey. Thank you for taking the time. I know you're so busy. I look in your calendar all the time and there's hardly gaps. So appreciate you taking the time out for this. And for everyone watching, thank you for watching too.
thank you.